Welcome to 10.4, Inscribed Angles and Polygons. So now we're going to be talking about how an angle is inside the circle here. This is called the inscribed angle, and you have the intercepted arc. Okay, so angle B intercepts the arc AC, and arc AC subtends angle B. Subtends just means vice versa there. Okay, and the chord AC subtends angle B. Subtends just means it comes from. Okay, so arc AC comes from angle B, and the chord AC comes from angle B. Okay, now down here, this is important. How do you figure out the angle that's on the circle here? Well, that angle is equal to 1/2 the arc that is made. Okay, and then we have these two. If there is an inscribed angle, two inscribed angles, and they make up the same arc, then they have to have the same angles. Okay, and then an inscribed right triangle theorem. So if angle ABC, this angle right here, is 90 degrees, that's 90 if and only if the hypotenuse is your diameter. Now, a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle, that means angle D, angle F, angle D and angle F, they're opposite each other, and angle E and angle G, they're opposite each other. Those two add up to 180, and these two add up to 180. Now, let's go ahead and get started. Find the indicated measure. So remember that the measure of angle A is equal to 1/2 the arc, 84. So that would be 42 degrees. The measure of angle G is 1/2 the arc here. Well, you take 360 minus 70 minus 120, and that gives you what's left. So 360 minus 190, so 160, 170. So half of 170 would be 85 degrees. That's this angle right here. Looks almost like a 90-degree angle, so just shy of it. Number 3, the measure of angle N is equal to 1/2 of this angle here. Okay, so notice that we have a diameter which makes a 90-degree right triangle, but this is 180. Okay, so this is 180 and this is 160. So 180 plus 160, so it's 360 minus that. Okay, so 180 plus 160 is 340. So it's 1/2 of 20 degrees. So this is going to be 10 degrees. That's this angle right here. Okay, now it wants the arc. Okay, so remember the measure of angle Q is 1/2 the arc RS. All right, so if the measure of angle Q is 67, how would I solve for the arc? I would multiply by 2. So that's 134 degrees. That's the measure of RS, the arc RS. Number 5, the arc VU. It wants this. So remember, you have a diameter there, so this is 90 degrees here. So this is an inscribed angle. Okay, so that makes this 180, and that's diameter, so of course it's 180. If this is 30 here, then this is 60. So you have 360 minus 60 minus 180. So 360 minus 180 is 180. 180 minus 60 is 120. Okay, so that arc is 120. Okay, the other way to do this is, if this is 90 here, and that's 30, this is 30, that's 90, that's 120, that leaves 60 degrees left right there. And if that's 60, the arc that it makes is double that, 120. All right, now this is 75, that means WY is 150, but it's asking for WX. Okay, so 360 minus 110 minus 150 will give us WX. So the measure of WX, 360, let's see, this is 260. 360 minus 260 is 100 degrees. Okay, and if we do half of 100, that makes that 50 there. Okay, EHF. EHF is going to be 51. It has to be the same as angle G because they share the same arc. PS. Okay, so 45, that makes this 90, this arc, and this 40 makes the arc we want of 80. So the measure of arc PS is 80 degrees. Find the value of each variable. All right, so these two together make it 180, so x is equal to 100 degrees. These two make 180, so y is 85 degrees. Again, these make 180, so m is equal to 120, and these two make 180. So 2k plus 60 equals 180. So we subtract 60. 2k is equal to 120. Divide off the 2, that's 60. So k is 60. All right, so now this arc here is 54. This is 130. This is 110. So this arc JK should be 360 minus those values. Minus 54, minus 110, minus 130. And that's equal to 66. So this is 66 degrees here. Okay, so here's what we're doing. This arc, 3A, or excuse me, that angle, is equal to this big arc. So 3A is equal to, it's an inscribed angle, 1/2 of the arc. So 54 and 66. That's 110, 120. So half of 120 is 60. So divide by 3, and A is 20. Now for B, I'm going to erase this. Remember that was 66. 4B makes up this arc. So 4B is equal to 1/2 of 66 plus 110. So 4B is equal to 1/2 of 176. Half of 176. So take your calculator, divide by 2, you get 88. Half of 176 is 88, divide by 4, and you get 22. Okay? And so that's A and what B is. So this is 34. So YZ, I don't know if that's important, is 68. You double it. But since this is a diameter, then that means 3x is equal to 90 degrees. So x is 30. Nope, not 30 degrees. It's just 30. X is 30. 3x is 90 degrees. All right, so now you have 34 degrees here. You have 90 here. And so 2y is equal to what's left. So 180 minus 34 minus 90 is equal to 56. Divide by 2, and y is equal to 28. What did they do wrong? They said the arc is the same as the inscribed angle, and it's not. It's double it. So the measure of arc BC should be 106 degrees. And what they do wrong here, we have to finish it. So those two, x plus 78 is equal to 180, and y plus 65 is equal to 180. So subtract 78, and you get x equals 102 degrees, and that's what they did wrong. If we subtract 165 here, we get y equals 115. So they solved for y and not x. Okay. All right, so the answer to x should be 102. And now, a carpenter's square is an L-shaped tool used to draw right angles. You need to cut a circular piece of wood into 2 semicircles. So you have a circular piece of wood, and it needs to be 2 semicircles. That means this has to be a right angle here. So you set your carpenter tool like this. I can use the carpenter's square to draw diameter on the circle piece of wood. Okay, so just like that. You set it in there so that your 90 degrees here, okay, this 90 degree here, would be on the circle. So there would be your circle, and this point would have to be on the circle as well. Okay, and this point too. So let me get rid of some of these drawings here. Oops. So this has to be, these 3 points have to be on the circle. And then this would be your diameter. Hard to see with this picture, but that's how it's done. All right, and here are your answers. Notice we have 102 there for 14. All these answers match up. So that is section 4. Good job.